Doctor, my eyes have seen the years and the slow parade of fears without crying. Now I want.
What's up, guys? We're playing a little 2-5 on Ignition, 500 ML. Playing 4 tables. Gonna try to get into some interesting spots. Not gonna comment too much on pre-flop for these hands. I'm just playing ranges from GTO Wizard. The stuff I've kind of tried to memorize. There's not a ton of room to deviate there, but gonna try to comment on some post-flop stuff as I play. Also, this is a RNG for spots where I play sort of a mixed frequency. Like say I bet a hand half the time, check half the time. I use this to help make those decisions. Here, multi-way. In general, multi-way, you have to have a lot more equity to bet. Jack 6 of diamonds is sort of a 0 equity hand here, or close to it, so I'm just going to be giving up. Okay, so here we have a spot. We open hijack, flattered by the big blind. Queen 8-5 two-tone. We can do a lot of things. We can play big bet or check, or we can play high frequency small bet. High frequency small bet works best, but either strategy is fine. Here versus 2.5x, I'm actually not sure. I think this hand's quite close between call and fold. We'll call over 50. Lower call. And we flop a straight. Pretty good. In any spot where I sort of snap check out of position, It's just because I'm playing range check in that spot, just checking 100% of hands. So here versus small, we're definitely going to check raise this hand mainly. Under 10 we'll call. As far as sizing, towards pot makes sense here. On this turn, a lot of our bluffs get there. Ace 10, 7, 10 suited, 6, 10 suited. And a lot of hands like Queen Jack, Jack 9, Queen 9 are sort of devalued. So we're going to want to be mainly using a small size here. Just because it's harder for us to have bluffs since so much of our bluffs get there, so we want to give them a better price to continue. Interesting river here with the 10 of hearts. We take out a few flush combos with this card, however he still has all of the nut flushes aside from ace 10. But this is an overall good card for our range, so we're going to be able to bet it a decent bit. And again, as far as sizing, we're going to be betting kind of merged here. So that leads us to a small sizing, because we're still going to want to bet 10x. That's probably the bottom of our value region here. We'll mark this hand to review later. Here we can mix some calls versus 2.5x. Early position, we'll call over 50, fold the rest. Range check. We're actually going to be flatting quite a few suited hands here. So this isn't necessarily a spot you can range bet for that sizing. And I think people over range bet or over bet boards like these, so I'm going to go for a raise. Here, mainly call, we'll 3-bet, say 80 plus. Here, pure 3-bet. We're not playing flats in this spot. Again, we're not playing flats here. Actually, to 2x, we might play some flats, but we'll just 3-bet it. Ace Queen 4 rainbow here at the bottom right, excellent board for us, so we can just range bet for small sizing. We're gonna have aces, queens, ace queen suited, whereas he's not gonna have those hands as often since he just called pre. Here he checks back flop, indicates he's pretty capped. We're going to overbet and continue on a spade. On the 5, it's kind of a brick. We can still make him fold like queen jack, king queen, and we don't block these hands, so I'm going to continue barreling. This is sort of the worst pocket pair one of the worst pocket pairs we'll have in this spot. And on the 10 of spades, it's another spot where everything sort of gets there. So we're gonna mainly play small sizing here. And on the king, we're just going to rip this one all in. And the reasoning for that is that Jack 10 is one of our primary bluffs, which gets there, as well as Ace King, one of our primary value hands, gets there. So it's a spot where it's just pretty tough for us to have bluffs, and this guy's gonna have a really hard time calling without 2-pair plus. And as far as 2-pair plus, he just has some ace queen off, little pocket fours, ace 4, ace 5 suited, maybe king queen. It's just not that many combos, so it's hard for us to have bluffs, so we're ripping it in here. Yeah, we get the fold. Swingy session today so far. We started off up a buy-in, and then I made a terrible call before I started recording. So far about plus 150 through 188 hits. Here it's a pretty good squeeze spot. This guy is what we call capped, meaning it's very hard for him to have a strong hand since he just flatted. So his call, it's sort of $15 of dead money in the middle that we can go after. Six, 6-3, two-tone, amazing board for us. We just have a huge overpair advantage in terms of who has more aces, kings, queens. So we're gonna get to just range bet this board. The sizing makes some sense here. Calls. Sort of a bricky turn, meaning not much changes. If I had the best hand on the flop, I still have it now. So we're gonna have to mix here. I'll bet over 70. We'll check back. Gen River. We're going to rip all in here. He's incredibly capped, particularly after snap checking the river. Aside from the occasional trap like pocket 6s, pocket 3s, pocket 5s, he's just not going to have a better hand than us. So we can do this with ace queen as well as a lot of bluffs. And he calls with worse. Alright, I'm gonna end the recording for now, but if you guys enjoyed this, I'd be happy to do more and maybe focus on any particular part of the game that people are interested in.